For those of you who do not have a printer to print out the images that I sent you, you will receive those in Canvas. They will be in your inbox, and you can download those to your device. So in this case, I have an iPad in which I've downloaded those. If you're working on a Chromebook or a laptop, even if you can access Canvas by your phone and want to save them to your phone, you may do so. Or you can just continue to go to your inbox in Canvas and look at those images there. So as I said, I did save mine. And your process is going to be slightly different from those who have a printer, in that you do not have the advantage of taking the physical pieces of paper and weaving your images together like they did in the instructions for those who were able to print out their images. But you're still going to follow the same process. So our goal is to take our two images. In this case, I did an image of my mother's hands and an image of some dogwood that I took a photograph of in the park one day. And I've woven those together so that I have important parts of each of those each of those photographs visible. Now, since you can't print this out and physically weave these together, you have to do this mentally. So you want to first look at your two images online and compare them. So I can see here that I have a lot of background in these top 6 graph areas, grid areas. And when I compare it to the top 6 of these ones, I notice that I have actual flowers. So I would then decide how much of my background of my hands do I need? How much more important is it to have the flowers of my flower image to show? And since this is the one that I would want to use, then that is what I'm going to draw with. So I'm going to follow the graph first with my flowers, and in this corner I'm going to start sketching out, just like we did in our graph practices, the images and the shapes inside of my grid. And I want to draw this light, and I only want a contour outline. So what a contour outline means is I'm just drawing the details of my image without any shading. So when it comes to the flowers, I'm going to draw the lines for the petals, the different lines and shapes for the inside of the flower, the different lines and shapes for the leaves behind it, if they happen to be something that is in a area of the graph I'm drawing. When it comes to the hands, I'm going to draw an outline of the fingers and the fingernails. I will even do an outline drawing of some major value changes, so I know when it comes to my shading part to stop, really pay attention to my image to see why I have that line there, so my shading can be more accurate. So you will progress just as your classmates who have the printed images. You'll progress through the drawing by picking and choosing what parts of the graph are going to be image number 1 and what parts of the graph are going to be image number 2. And then you will have at the end something similar to this, where you will have your two images woven together through drawing, and you will have some important areas of both images showing. So obviously, since my one image is just cloth background and hands, I want as much of those hands showing. So in those parts of the graph, I made sure to draw the important features of the hands, like the fingers, the fingernails, some knuckles. possibly areas of the wrist. And since my other image is of the flowers, then wherever I didn't have images of the hands in my second image, I made sure to fill in with my other image of flowers and the leaves in the background, because those are definitely a little bit of more interest than the cloth in this photograph. So what we are looking for is that you take your 1-inch grid and your your photographs with the 1-inch grid on it, and pick and choose the areas to weave your images together, and just complete a contour outline drawing with some details of some value changes and so forth, but no shading. So that is your step after you've received your images from me via Canvas.